Saludos. Hey everyone. How's everyone doing? Bruce is on time. That's why no one's here. Usually Bruce is 5 minutes late. That or maybe, oh yes, there, Dusty Hugh. How's it going, man? Coffee's dead, bro. I finished it off. Thanks again, man. Alex M. Hi. On time. Yes, me too. For once, and not 8:05, which is usually the time I come on. 8 o'clock, I go, okay, I have a stream to do. Hey, Zombie. Fredo Macho. Hello to you. Thanks a lot for being here. We have Valerie Price. My first time watching. Valerie, I promise you won't regret it. Lots of space news that I jotted down that I'll share with you, about 10 points, things they're talking about in space. And of course, afterwards, you can head over to check out the videos if you're interested in space videos. And thanks a lot for stopping in. Appreciate that. England, Tojo, Melville. Hiya from England. Hello. Always welcome. Vigorous Wolf. I'm going up backwards now, eh? Some of the names were blocked. Very odd what's going on. Then again, YouTube is odd. Mike Knapp's in the house. Nice to see you, bro. As always. Who else do we have? We have Danny. Thanks for coming back, Danny. What's up, bro? Have a great night. Thanks a lot, man. And thanks for watching in, bro. At the same time, I appreciate that, guys. Thanks to you. That was thoughtful, man. Rambo, Romeo, hello to you. John Henry, how's it going? Lots of news today, guys. Interesting points. All the way from supersonic travel that is coming soon. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. Casa Nostra, thank you. Thanks again, Mike Knapp. Again, John Henry. I want to be sure I name everyone this time. Richard Herod, thanks for coming back, man. Hi again. Nice to see you again. Thank you, sir. Bartleby Grindmere, hello to you. Bartleby. Sorry, Bartleby. Sorry about that. I'm turning on the lights here. There we go. Turn up the lights a little bit more. I looked a little too dark for nothing. Craig 1971. Thanks for coming back, bro. Yeah, I guess I'll get that fat on me a bit more. I hope the noise is not bothering you. But I'd be honest with you, we'll have to endure the noise because it sure is hot. It's not hot, actually. It's humid. Of course, here in Quebec, living beside the water, the St. Lawrence, we're surrounded by it here. A lot of humidity. Sometimes it's not even hot, but very humid. You know, I've been down south once in my life, twice, but once to Florida, and it was a lot drier. It's a drier heat. You don't get soaking wet. And here in Quebec, yeah, we're soaked, basically. That's why we're very clean. We're always wet. We're always cleaning ourselves continually. Sweat so much in a day, by the end of the day, it's just water coming off your body. Seeking and Being, like the name, thanks. Don't forget to smash the like button. Oh, that's always greatly appreciated, my friends. Thanks. And it helps because, you know, YouTube says that they share your channel when you get a lot of likes. And I have to admit, I do get a lot of likes. And sometimes, you know, 300-400 likes real quickly. And you'd think that they would share the videos more. And they don't. Like, what I mean is they don't recommend them. They should recommend them, and they're not. Sure, maybe sometimes you're recommended one of my videos. Duh, I hope so if you're subscribed. That is how it should work anyways, for sure. So we're jammed up here a little bit. We get problems sometimes. It happens. Bruce, hey, thanks, man. Thank you. Bruce, hello. Have you heard Obama admit? Yeah, I'll talk about that. Admit the sightings by U.S. military personnel should be taken seriously. Yeah. It's like step-by-step disclosure. Hope President Putin releases some reports as well at the same time as Congress. Absolutely. Thanks again, bro. I appreciate that, man. And that's a heck of a good question. And I did see, why is it, whoop, something's going on. Screen is jumping. You guys see that? Something weird going on. Oh, those trolls. And yeah, Obama admitted it. Always a couple of jokes with Obama, as it always been. But yes, he was interviewed even on Fox News, or probably that's where you saw it. And they were asking him, what about the UFOs? And he says they're very, very real. Of course, it's very, very serious. So there are objects flying around. He said in his own words, and I quote, that they're not able to decipher where they're coming from because they have very odd ways of moving around and changing directions quickly in the middle of the sky, you know. They've been seen in the oceans now. We're starting to see UFOs or alien, they're actually called unidentified submerged objects. So they're underwater and they're traveling quickly. Also, some military, thanks again for asking that question. And like he says, it should be taken seriously. Yeah. And he says, it's like step-by-step disclosure. It really is. That's what's happening. President Putin released some reports as well. Well, that'd be interesting, eh? Obviously, they're going to. It wouldn't just be the American government that would release papers or a disclosure. Now, would it be? That wouldn't make any sense, right? Think of it. That would just mean that the Americans are the only ones that are doing research on UFOs, and we know that's impossible. So now everyone would have to do it, and it would have to follow. China, other countries would have to also start talking about disclosure. That's very interesting, I'll tell you that. Thanks again, man. Appreciate that. Thanks for the support, everyone. Less and less people. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. The image is jumping. I've never seen that happen before. It's a little odd. Mike Knapp's in the house. Jensen Dog. Hello to you. Thanks. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of problems here. I hope it's okay. Jessa, thanks for coming by as always. The support, my friend. Hello, Moon family. Thanks, Jessa. Hopkinson, hello. Andrell, hey, man. Floyd Stat, again, thanks for becoming a member, brother. You've been here long before becoming a member and being a support. It's just an extra help, so I thank you so much. Good evening to all. Good vibes is sent out. Grab it, absorb it, spread it. I agree, totally agree 100% with that. We're having a little bit of problems with the image. I've never seen that happen. My image is just jumping up and down like there's a disturbance or some interference in it, which is a little odd. Always great channel. The truth will set us all free. Danny, I appreciate that, man, so much. There's that image again, jumping. Let me know if any of you see it. You probably already commented. I'm just not seeing it yet. So yeah, there's definitely a lag in the messages coming in. For whatever the reason, they're scattering the messages around. I repeat myself often. Don't be offended if I don't see your message. It happens. I try to locate the messages and they jump around for some reason. Play tricks on me. Hopkinson again, Danny. Thanks again, Danny. We're taking the time, the interest anyways of the channel. And, it's a controversial channel because I'm not necessarily because of my work. I think it's that there's a lot of fake channels out there that people are really trying to spread misinformation, or they're just trying to have fun by posting UFO videos to see if people will, believe that the UFOs are real, the videos and stuff, which is, it's always sad when they start doing that. I can't stand it when they do that, but try to adjust here. I don't want the microphone to be too close so you don't hear me screaming. So we had some problems last live stream. Definitely some problems. Just got done watching the vid Cindy shared on her channel. Crazy looking UFO. That's you. I will go and see it. I know she showed a park that she was at, so I did not see the UFO video. That would be Cindy Luhu's channel. And I'll go check that out. Thank you. That's you. Barnaby Grinmere, it's okay. It's not my real name, the screen name. Cool, but I still want to. I do that though. I always try to pronounce it right because it makes sense. Barnaby Grinmere sounds normal now. I wish Bruce Schwartz was my screen name, but I went and posted my real name. That just so happens I found the city on the moon. That image is still jumping. It's making me dizzy, actually. Actually, you guys will see that right there. Whoop, right there. Behind me, that's the screen I'm looking at with the new LGBT background. Are they ever annoying with that? So I did the update called The Big Sur. Big S-U-R. What's that? The big surprise? And I get an LGBT background. I'm going to change it. I'm going to put up Tesla. So that was a good question. Are they going to talk about it? So now everyone's coming out talking about it. How come they can ask Obama what he thinks about UFOs now? Bob Lazar, think of it, just before disclosure started coming out, Bob Lazar came out with a movie and about what's going on in Area 51. So it's like everyone was really waiting for a certain date to really be able to disclose and at the same time talk about things. Look at me winding up on a radio interview on the FM radio talking about real UFO research there. It would never have been done a year before because I think there was a certain date before even radio stations were allowed or even are allowed now talking about certain things. I told you all to look in the screen there, to look at my screen jumping, and it never jumped again. I'm not going to name names, but somebody here laughs with me every time, one or two people. Every time I mention when a troll is doing something and I mention it, the opposite happens. Well, now you can check now, it's jumping again. So now you're going to see it here. They don't win the trolls. I often win them over because they play little games like that. So keep watching there on the screen. Once in a while, you'll see it flash. They like having fun with me. That or I'm totally insane and it's just glitches. But no, it's not glitches. There's a limit of glitches. I contacted the YouTube team, and they're sick of me sending complaints about problems with, things. And it's a computer. You interact with a computer. Very humid here in Long Island in the summer. Zombie, tell me about it. Yeah, absolutely. You too near water, and at the same time, you're not far from here. You guys in New York must have the same humidity, similar humidity as to here in Quebec. It gets really bad. And now in the house, it is 88 degrees and 88 degrees at 8:16 with the sun, which, by the way, did not come out much today. It was hiding in the clouds. It looked like rain all day. I was looking at news almost the whole time I was off from the first live stream to be able to share with you guys and gals some new stuff. Can we still say guys and gals? We can, actually. I think there was an executive order against that, but it's too long to name all the genders. So, ladies and gentlemen will one day be something not nice to say, I guess. It's sort of a little weird. I don't understand it, but hey, bro, thanks. I've had maybe 10 sightings myself, and I'm only 29. That just started for me too young, man. Thanks a lot for the support, by the way. It really helps, man. I wish I could view the sky that you see, Bruce. By the way, I've watched and believed Bob Lazar for years. Very glad people take this physicist seriously. I really do, and that's exactly what he is, man. Nuclear physicist, and it's exactly what he's doing. This guy, he has a whole bunch of things he did too, like making his Corvette that runs on, I don't know, was it vegetables or water or something, a Corvette. And the guy's a genius. He still has his business up and he's doing a whole bunch of stuff. He's the one that got me interested in all of this way back, especially when he started talking about the propulsion system inside of the smaller crafts. So that was maybe a secret that the world wasn't supposed to know, that the crafts were small. So not necessarily meaning that they're just aliens, and thanks again, man. It could be that the crafts are small because they're drones, right? But apparently 9 different propulsion systems for 9 different crafts. So were they secret project? He was back engineering it. He said it was alien. You know, he's a smart guy. He's not. He's going to talk about stuff, but he maybe didn't bring everything out. For example, if he said they were on in the Zeta Reticuli star system, a binary star system where, you know, whatever. What if it was on the moon they came from? And he wouldn't have to necessarily say that. He would maybe throw them off, showing the government that he had good intentions of not disclosing the exact locations, just the basic idea of what was going on. I think maybe possibly that's what Bob Lazar did, but quite an exceptional journey to think of this guy brave enough to come out from Area 51 and to mention it. But they started erasing him, man, eh? They erased his school, I think, where he went to school, and also having worked at Area 51, they took away the name out of all the database and everything that had the names of the employees. So reporters tried to get some information to find out if Bob Lazar was actually really working at Area 51, and his name was scrubbed right out of the system. But the reporter did talk to either a teacher, it's either at one of his schools or at Area 51, where somebody said he remembers seeing his name, seeing him there. So I think it was school, which is just so bloody interesting when you think of it. Really interesting, actually. And I'll at least get ready to where I'd written that news down. A couple of things, interesting things, actually, that I was able to find online. Now I just so regret having books are so outdated, eh? Aren't they so outdated? Oh, I can't believe this. Okay, hold on. Just want to align myself. I wrote some news down. I wrote 11 effing pages of news down in a 26-page book, and I can't find it. I wrote 12 pages of news. Almost there. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Hang tight, everybody. I have 12 pages that disappeared in a tiny book of news that I wrote. Okay. Talk amongst yourselves. This is tripping me out there. I just want to find out the bloody page. Yeah, you trolls, you just make the screen jump if you're bored. There we go. I found it. It was only all this I wrote down, and all this and all this and all this. Happy I found it. All right. That's for later. I just wanted to have it handy. Who else is here? Thanks a lot, bro. Thanks, guys. Halo hop. That's what my screen's doing. Jumping up and down. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? Hold on. How about that rocket launch the other day? We're not being told exactly what was on it. Floyd stats, and I will go up after, guys. That is what bugs me the most, where they can do the launches and they're telling us minimum things, and more all this stuff is happening around us, and you're like, what the heck is going on, right? It is humid. You'll be seeing me do this a little bit very often during the evening. Come to Bama and feel the humidity. Well, you see, so I'm not alone feeling the humidity. Yeah, there's a lot of areas in the world where the humidity is high. Hey, Mike Knapp, scrolling back up, you guys, to see. Be sure I see everyone. U.S. Patriot Bruce, we truly look forward to your live. Thanks, man. The messages are jumped all over the place. Thank you for all your time and talent. Wow, thanks a lot, USA Patriot. More than happy, my Patriot friend, especially my American Patriot friends, which there are a lot of here. I got it now. 1 hour later, Barnaby. Bartleby. I had it. Bartleby Grinmere. Sort of like, well, Timmer me shimbers, huh? Bartleby, Bartleby, Bartleby Grinmere. Bartleby. Robin. Ledford. Are you guys teasing me tonight with the names? Yo. Keep fighting, Bruce. I have your back 100%, my friend. Jessa, thank you very much, my friend. Clyde Laws rules. All good here. That's good to hear, my brother. Nice to see you, man. I hope you're doing well, bro. Abandon. Picture fine here. Thanks, Abandon. Welcome, by the way. Clear on my end, too. Thank you, Bartleby Grinmere. Welsh Warrior is here. Is disclosure part of the alien invasion? Now, you see, Welsh, those are great questions. And this is what I like to ponder on, and I think of a lot is, yes, exactly that. We're expecting a disclosure to be something like, oh, well, we detected certain types of crafts, and these are the type of crafts, these are the pictures and stuff. And that could be something that involves something huge, meaning if there's an invasion. Now, listen, I know it sounds crazy, but I honestly, and Andrew L. even mentioned it before I even mentioned it here, but I'm still thinking of it. Who says, actually, I did mention it a couple months ago, vaguely, not to pass off for a nut. Who says aliens have not invaded Earth and that it's not done in a science fiction way where we imagine them coming down and with their laser guns and all this, that they came, maybe a very similar looking type of being that caught us too far out in space, that came down to talk to the governments, to ask them to stop using nuclear power, to stop, polluting or whatever, maybe to stop enslaving the human race. You'd have to wonder because, sad to say, I brought my child, we brought our children into a world where there's still slavery, unfortunately. So there always has been. There's always been the pedophilia, and there's always been the trafficking, I believe, both for men and for women. But things are hidden. A lot of people think, oh, there's certain races that don't rape, and there's certain races that are better in sports, and there's certain, well, which is true, black people are good in sports. But there's certain races, you know what I mean? We're having fun here. Certain races do this, certain races that. No, we're all the same. We're all the same. We always have the same evil intentions that we ponder up here in our countries. The same or worse is being pondered up in other countries. 100%. 20, that's the right sound. Yes. 25 thumbs up, 65 in-house. Clyde Laws, I need so many thumbs up. If you could double up on the thumbs up, y'all. Double up on the thumbs up. Smack that like button, family. Thank you, Jessa. Always need the support for sure. YouTube is so, this channel is so suppressed. I would expect a lot more views, but Bruce always likes complaining, and I'm not going to hide it. It's ridiculous. I was expecting millions, hundreds of thousands of views actually on these videos. Great. Sounds crazy, but I'm serious. Those lights on the moon that you showed differently looks like explosions. Absolutely. And those are the ones at the end, in the video where the black and white and where the green filter. And it's under the haze. It's not lights that are over top in the atmosphere exploding, but it does look like explosions on the surface. It could even be explosions about mining. So if there's a cloud over top, if the explosions are placed a whole bunch of different kilometers away, we're not going to see the explosion move around. We're going to see the explosion always in the same area because of the atmosphere. If there's clouds around the moon, we're going to see flashes and hiding underneath those clouds, not being able to distinguish the shape or form of the explosions or the objects or what's going on, but we're seeing them. We're seeing them very, very well. Patty, make it your own, my friend. If you don't want a last name, I ain't gonna call you a last name. That's all. Patty, will remain Patty forever. I don't want a first name. If we didn't have names, And if the guys didn't know girls were girls and the girls didn't know guys were guys, things would be very different. But someone was curious. I think that happened a long time ago. Guys, these girls, I went to the bathroom with a girl and she was sitting down. Uh-oh, something's wrong. Bruce. Oh. Thanks again, Floyd Stats. Yeah, they look like explosions for sure. And obviously I see them roaming around, which are not explosions, and I see explosions too. So, is a little drummer boy. Ba-da-ba-ba-bum. Me and my drum. Dana Shiver is in the house. Thank you very much, my dear friend, for the ongoing support to the channel. Always believed there were UFOs, says Craig 1971. So to really make sure, started filming the sky and never looked back. So doubters, it's worth a go. Absolutely. There's a difference between doubters. If you say that you're literally a doubter, it's because by that point you don't want to see the lights, right? You don't want to see the lights. Or when you see a light, most often you'll say, oh my gosh, people think they're UFOs. But it is denial, The perception was changed by all the people. When you want to know what's going on, you can look at information about UFOs online. Who says they're telling you the real things? That's the problem. The internet is there as a tool, but it's also there as a crutch. It's there as a weapon against you. The internet is used against you, and you could use the internet against the system. It's like it's there. It does both sides, right? It does good. It does evil. Google. That's the internet for you. Humboldt Life 707. Right. Thank you. An hour later, I'm answering everyone. I'm so sorry about that. I'm going to scroll down, my friends. I always finish by getting around to everyone. I'll read faster. Bigger, thank you. Bruce, thank you, Bruce, for doing what you do. Keep us on the space front. Cheers. I will, and stick around. I have some good news. Well, just some news, I guess. Not all very good. Actually, it's a little creepy. The great Kazoo looks like he needs a drink. Yeah, he's definitely, he's looking sick. He's tired of listening to me. I think he's definitely tired of listening to me. I told, that guy, I have to go put him in my neighbor's garden. She's into UFOs and aliens and stuff. She often asks me, how my channel's doing. I said, oh, doing good, doing good. I told her the other day, I said, a Chinese rocket fell in the ocean. She went, oh, no, really? A Chinese rocket fell in the ocean. That wasn't in my news. If they don't put it in your news, especially the elders, they're not going to believe anything's going on. If the neighbor tells you Chinese rocket fell in the ocean, unless it's in the news, they're not going to believe you. I have the coolest neighbors, actually. I'm one of the lucky ones, trust me. I have amazing neighbors. Master Bruce, on one side. Master Bruce, good morning. Oh, my other side too, but not all angles, in case she's watching. Justin Branch, Master Bruce, good morning. Good morning to you, and evening back, 8:30 p.m. Still, yeah, it looks dreadfully black. I'm going to talk about the upcoming moon. The upcoming moon is going to be very different, and obviously, blood moons can be seen red, and I'll explain why. I was going to get into it right away, but yeah, it will be seen red depending on where you are. And that's because of the upcoming lunar eclipse, 25th, 26th, or 27th. In general, the date's 26th, but in certain countries, it will be the end of the 25th evening or the beginning of the 27th, depending on your time frame, where you are, obviously. And there's going to be a whole bunch of interesting points and facts about the moon. First of all, the moon is at its closest in orbit to Earth. As it goes through the phase during the month, it has the apogee. It goes apogee and perigee goes closer and further away from Earth. It's going to be at its closest point at the same time of a complete totalitarian a complete lunar eclipse of the sun. So the Earth is going to go in front of the moon and block out um, the sun. Exactly. So, and well, you know what I mean. It's not going to go on the dark side of the moon. It's going to just do a lunar eclipse. So when that happens, it'll form a shadow over the moon, as they say. So it's at its closest, and it's going to be at its brightest. So because of that, well, we're going to have a supermoon, which means for it to be a supermoon, it has to be when it's in its orbit, when the moon is closest to Earth. That's why they call it the supermoon. But don't forget, it's an optical illusion. It's the way we're seeing the surface when they say that it looks so much closer, which I never understood that. They say it was an optical illusion, but in reality, the moon is closer in its orbit. So you should see it red. And when you see it red, it's when the sun is exactly, and the moon and the Earth lined up together. And when you reach the part of the lunar eclipse that they call totalitarian, you'll be able to see the moon turn red, but only in a few countries. It's not all the countries that are going to see them red. But that'll be interesting. May 26th, the moon, and of course, tonight, if I can get out, I'll try, and if not, it's been a couple months, more than a couple of months, that I haven't gotten it, which is quite incredible. That's the first time in my life that if I don't get it this month, it'll be the first time in 5 years, in 4.5 years, that I missed the moon for 4 months. When I bought my telescope at the beginning, thanks to you guys, my community, and along with me, to be able to get it all set up, we waited 3 months to be able to see the moon because the weather was bad here. So that was something that everyone was anxious. How is it tonight? How's it tonight? Remember us saying that, but it can happen. Hi, Darla. I'm finally saying hello, Darla. Come to Bama and feel the humidity. I don't want to feel the humidity. Benny, Riley, Arkansas, thank you. Justin Branch, thanks again. Is Mr. Rollins here? I didn't see him yet. In case he is, hello, Christopher Rollins. Let's see who else is here. I'm going to go down. Thanks, Dana, for thanking the contributors and everything. Greatly appreciate it. And of course, thanks to all contributors for supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Bro, that's a lot. Thank you so much, man. Do you believe Phil Schneider, the federal geologist and engineer who declared in 1996 that we have massive military tunnels, that there was, you know a lot, man, about this stuff, was a skirmish between Fall Grays and high up U.S. personnel. Now, that is interesting, and thanks again, man. So, yeah, a federal geologist and engineer who declared in 1996 that there was massive military tunnels underground. And so think of it. Aliens, talk, like you say, between tall grays and high up U.S. personnel. I definitely think, my friend, one thing is that alien beings, alien species have to be working with humans. And if they're working with humans, it's going to be in an undisclosed area, which is hidden from us, either Antarctica, underground in tunnels. And the worst of it, these tunnels seem to be located very close to our everyday life cities, the popular cities, and under the ground, they have these tunnels. I can't help but wonder some of the shaking that we see sometimes. It could be that they're digging underground also. Do you think the military would have, now listen, a lot of soldiers in the military, and it's not every soldier that knows about that. So that means it would have to be a private, secretive military branch where people are working with aliens and are close enough to go back to their homes. Like, for example, take a bus and go back to New York. It would be undisclosed locations, hidden locations. And again, there's so many frontal organizations right now in the States. You can only imagine the military branches hiding stuff. So again, the Unidentified Aerial Task Force has prepared the UFO disclosure. They are set to present it, give it to Congress or the Biden, whoever has to read it out, and that will be done. Are they going to read it out? I don't know. I really don't know if they're going to be reading it out. In Montreal, man, right here, Montreal, they found an underground lake or river, a very large river. Now listen, it's right here in Montreal. I have no idea where exactly it is. I heard it on the news. They're not talking about it yet, but apparently they want to explore it. They said it's miles and miles wide and many kilometers deep, and it's underground, and they're deciding on whether they want to open it up or not. So listen, there's definitely, I would say, thousands of tunnels underground. And these tunnels, like the ones that you're talking about, bro, are not small. They're not small tunnels. These tunnels look like they were dug out. They're cement. Look at Hitler, what he built underground. He was a genius. Oh, he's an asshole. Sorry, but I mean, in general, he was an evil genius. That's maybe a better term for what he did underground. He didn't lift anything, but he got the people building underground all these tunnels, which a lot of the tunnels, by the way, are still there. And some tunnels even have electricity in them from the wartime on the same old bloody wires and lights. And we see those in videos on YouTube still to this day, which is absolutely incredible. It's exciting thinking of it. Absolutely. Thanks again, brother. Thanks, man. This is my full-time job, and you guys have been so helpful. You come here and you watch the videos. It helps YouTube push my videos on to others. And, one bar, Brian, hydrogen, man, makes up of, how much parts around Earth and around the universe. So many things they're doing, secret projects with hydrogen now. It's getting pretty crazy. Thanks, Darla, for welcoming everyone. Margaret Leach, nice to see you. Neighbors, hello to you. Carol Ramberg Sr., nice to see you. Hello, Bruce. I'm back too. So how's it going? Like I'm talking to an old friend. Carol, I'm friends with you all. You're all my family. I love you all. We have a lot of fun here. A lot of cool talking. Why all the secrecy if there's nothing to hide? That's right, Patty. If they're hiding something, it's because there's something they have to hide. Definitely. It was funny in my head too. Thanks, Jessica, for welcoming everyone. Thanks, guys. I'm getting almost to the bottom. Thank you, Darla. I show up and off, on and off. Thanks. Listen, a lot of you do that, Bartleby Grinmere. A lot of you stop by when you can, and a lot of you obviously are working and busy, like everybody. You're coming to the channel when you can. Sometimes a month goes by, 2 months go by, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, it's a great support. I have a lot of subscribers that remain subscribed because they love the work I did and have never come back because they're busy, but it's still a great support. You take time to come back. A lot of people don't have time to comment, but they still come by and give me a view, which I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Darla, it's amazing. He's amazing. He's a big contributor too. He contributed a bunch of times, like all of you do. And it's a great big help for me. It keeps the channel going. You can't even imagine. Bruce, they found out by spying his wife was cheating and got scared of him, telling to save his life, and he bare them to the punch. Oh, are we talking about Lazar? Sorry for reading it later, guys. AIs, I know is the boys. Alls I know is the boys on the moon will be sore. Concrete is hard. Yaka, I'm sore today. Oh, they'll be hard, all right. They'll probably the ones exposing it, it'll probably be buried on the moon. That's maybe where they're gonna bring me. I'd love to have a statue of me on the moon. How cool would that be? Doesn't he think highly of himself? Are you an actual lama or married to a Nepalese person? Or is it just a screen name? I don't know if she'd tell you if she was married to a Nepalese person. Do you know why God called it Nepal? Well, I'm not going to say it. It was a joke I heard, but it was funny. was the joke I had heard. It was supposed to be called the town of Nipoles, but no, I'm not going to say it. It's true. Cindy Lou is in the house. Hi, Cindy. Darla Lama was to imitate the Dalai Lama. And Darla is married to a Russian spy, actually. How about that rocket launch the other day? I'm just seeing that again, eh, Floyd? Imagine your message reappearing after I've read it more on the bottom. That's so totally funny. Because it's Jan, the last message. He's here. I'm at the bottom. Oh, what happened with interview things, Bruce? Justin, the interview was absolutely fabulous. I had an interview on CJMD 96.9 FM in Lévis, Quebec, and with Carol on the episode Zone Parallel show. Very, very happy. I was able to meet Jean Charles Moyen. He's a film producer. And he's just starting out making the films, and he did already a documentary, South Shore Origin. You can go watch it right now on Vimeo. He's on Facebook also. It can be found on Facebook. He's a former MUFON director, a joint at MUFON. He's still there, if I'm not mistaken. He's just not director. And he's doing a whole bunch of these things. You know, his first movie cost him hundreds of thousands of dollars. He did that with his wife, Melanie. It's a connection that I was able to connect with somebody from MUFON and, talking a lot about my work, and we connected in many different ways. So obviously, I went to see the movie, South Shore Origin. He did the movie in French, Jean Charles Moyen. He did it in English. Then after that, he did it in Spanish with subtitles. And of course, he didn't pay for any advertising or anything. So he was there when it came out, the movies. He was there to see the reaction of the people as it came out, to talk with the people and stuff. He had a really cool experience. The guy, a military guy too, was in the military. And this guy, without talking about the film, it's based on a true story, South Shore Origin. He went through a lot of very odd things, like, for example, disappearing in a place and appearing elsewhere and being stuck there for a while, then coming back. And he talks about it in his movie. So South Shore Origin, you definitely have to check it out. He's making the other film also. So a whole bunch will be in that film. Imagine if he put me in the film. How awesome would that be? You have to watch it to find out. You'll get it, bro. Thanks, man. Yeah, man. Thanks to you guys, honestly. And not just that, the support's incredible. The feedback that you all give me and everything, it's just absolutely amazing. I couldn't ask for anything more. I'm really content with that. I just wish more people were seeing the channel, but hey, that's how it goes. That is how it goes. So yeah, Justin, it was an amazing interview. And a French film producer. So you guys can watch it in English, South Shore Origin. There's going to be another part coming out. And again, based on real stories. Christian Burge, hello. Keith Brown, I did not see them. Thank you, Darla. Too bad I'm missing some people here. Apparently, Nathalie Fleur de Printemps was their last video, but I didn't see her. The last message is Robin Ledford, but I can't see what she wrote because it's like erased. Oh my gosh, all the messages just came in. Gotta go back up. This is crazy. Diane Moore is there. My family's here. Gotta go, dang. Love y'all. I'll watch this later. Absolutely, Diane. Thanks for coming here. Welsh Warrior. Why do aliens need bases on Earth if they are far more advanced than us? Welsh Warrior, that's an amazing question. And those are questions you have to ask because it makes no sense. That's like saying that they want to come and eat us. We can make our own food in petri dishes. We can make our own humans now. Hybrids. They did it with monkeys. Ugh, disgusting, but it's been done. I know lots of you probably don't even believe that, but it's out in the news. little bit of news. And it would make no sense that they would have to make bases here unless what? It's like having an office. If you're working in another country all the time, you're going to rent yourself an apartment, right? Maybe you're going to rent a small apartment because you're not there too often, or only when you come to Earth, right? Well, maybe they're doing the same thing. And like my friend was saying before, Azaria, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Zaria American was saying that, I don't remember anymore. The tunnels, sorry, possibility of tunnels and military having something to do with that. They're talking about the tall grays under in the tunnels, or maybe some U.S. Secret projects that are being done on the ground. Maybe they're taking people down there. You got to wonder all these things. It makes you totally wonder. CIA and FBI are going to hit the dust. They're a different part of the government. The JK knew about and wanted to kill land. That's when they assassinated him. Cheers. Cheers. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. I believe it. They're not governmental. It's a higher being, maybe. It's scary. To raise to be kind. Howdy from California. Thanks for the support, my friend. Thanks, Bruce. My pleasure, man. It's my pleasure. It's me that thanks you guys so much. Dumb deep underground military bases. Dumbs. Yes, Patty. Absolutely. Patty, no name. Patty, no last name. Yeah, you're absolutely right about that. So you know about the dumbs too. Not for nothing they call it dumbs. It's not Schneider alone. There are 160 state big caves. Oh yeah, of course, Oliver. Yep. And a lot more smaller caves linked by tunnels through the planet. Yeah, so we're talking about tunnels that go under the ocean, tunnels that go into other countries. And Floyd Stats mentioned the one in Turkey, which I heard about recently also. In Turkey, there's plenty of underground living space. Absolutely. They showed one very recently, tunnels underneath Turkey. It's absolutely incredible, the width of the tunnel. You could fit 2 vans in those tunnels, so that's crazy. Maybe they're crumbling now. Maybe that's what's going on. These underground tunnels will be crumbling. Sab the Seeker's in the house. Both said hail to Crawlface at the same time. Oh, is Crawlface here? This is not cool. Heard today that some of the White House workers got hit with a laser beam, which I seen your video showing a beam in the sky. Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, Danny. Yeah, absolutely. The beam that I saw in the sky that I showed, the blue beam, actually, which is scary because Project Bluebeam has to do a lot with beams. But yeah, 130 diplomats in the States over a short period of time. Some people that were, one of them, a diplomat, was in Russia, and something happened where he could hear woo, 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 an emanating sound. Woke up the next day, felt sick, felt like he was dying, something was not right, had problems with hearing, problem with eyesight. Some of the diplomats have brain damage. It's pretty serious. And some of the side effects were similar to concussions. I did a lot of reading into it. I'm not kidding. But I don't mention always a whole bunch of everything here because they'll take it down or whatnot. But it is scary. And direct energy weapons is proof that there will never be another ground war, because if these direct energy weapons are being used, it's scary. Why are animals like birds falling out of the sky? Why are groups of fish winding up, dead? Is this, and it's just speculation, is this what they're doing, experimenting on the animals and now experimenting on us? Is it the 5G that has to do with something? And I do want to talk about the news. Geez. There was just too many people tonight, guys. I kept answering and answering. Peter Hyde, man, thank you so much, bro. Love you guys for the help, everybody. Thank you very much. So I need some lights. The world's fastest aircraft, XB-1, supersonic rollout. Did you hear about that? Flying anywhere in the world. Almost dropped my microphone. I need some lights, guys. I need some lights. I need some lights. Okay. Yeah, seriously. World's fastest aircraft. So it's a company, a supersonic company. It's Blake Scholl that is in charge of the company. He's CEO. He's the founder of it. His goal is to charge people, prototype out in 1 year, and in 5 years, people will be flying around the world anywhere you want to go in under 4 hours, and you'll be charged $100. And this will be in supersonic flight. They've regulated a comfortable speed at about 500 miles an hour. I think more 500 kilometers an hour, possibly. I don't know. It could be 500 miles, whatever. And these are projects, and these people are getting funding to be doing. So in 5 years, it will be open to the public. And yeah, it's called Boom Supersonic, if ever you want to look up the company. You want to hear something interesting? South Korea. South Korea. You know what the president's name is? Moon Jae. I swear. I'm not kidding. Moon Jae. Okay? And Moon Jae is at the last minute is getting it. They're in talks right now with the foreign minister in South Korea, South Korean foreign minister, and people in the States to enter them in the Artemis program. So South Korea is joining the Artemis program. This is recent news. And the name of the president is Moon Jae. Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Crawlface, if you're here, hello, brother. Hope to see you one day. Let me scroll up here. How hard can it be? Oh, there he is. All right. Hi, mods. Great to see you in action. Oh, the mods are always very busy here, the mods. Definitely. Thanks, Crawlface. Appreciating your videos, brother. So, yeah, hey, guys. So, South Korea. It's interesting, right? Lots is going on in space. Artemis program, for those who don't know, is in 2024. It is said to send the first person to the moon. We still don't know where they're going to land. What if they land on Earth's side? I hope they are. There was talk about them landing in the northern polar region or the southern pole, the South Pole. Aikman, I believe, crater. But I heard Bridenstine, and again, Bridenstine was the administrator, NASA administrator, only during Trump's administration, was supposed to land in an area where one of the Apollo landings already occurred. That would be awesome because we'd be able to do some tests and try to see if we can see them with a telescope, which obviously we would with the infrared camera too, which I will be doing some tests. I'll talk about that in that next stream, actually. I'll be doing some tests with one of my infrared cameras. Tests that are going to get a lot of people mad, and it's going to get us a lot of views on the surface of the moon. I'm really proud of that. Can't mention it yet. May 14th, 2021, for those who do not remember or did not know, the Zhurong, did I say that wrong? No, it is the Zhurong rover landed on Mars, supposedly. So they're up America's ass. Excuse the expression. China is trying to be the leading country, and they're going to watch their every move, okay? You know what I woke up concerned about this morning? Do you know, my Canadian friends, every piece of medication that you get when you go to the doctors is all made in China? I found that out a lot more this morning, and it's concerning. Remember they used to paint and sell us lead toys with lead paint on it? And, you know, China sold us those masks with asbestos. You getting my point? Gotta run. Have a great evening. Yvette Cruz, thank you. Thanks, bro. I hope when I say Zaria American, I did that in Translate, and I hope it does make sense. If not, man, I want you to tell me your name. If you prefer to remain hidden, I understand it. But definitely. So this is some cool news. Don't forget, Hypersonic, $100. You'll be able to go anywhere in the world. You want to go to Antarctica? $100. It'll take you an hour or two, max. You'll be able to go to the other end of the world for $100. I don't know how much your room's going to cost over there, because I did want to do a project, go to Antarctica, and there's just no way of going except for going and being on a guided boat tour, looking at calving. And if you do not know what calving is, CALVING, go look that up. Glacier calving, absolutely incredible when you see the glaciers moving and the snow that's all lined up together. The glaciers turn upside down. These are many miles high, and you see them turning around upside down. For those that did not hear the last stream, the iceberg in Antarctica, there's one that was broken off. It was A30 something, A36 or something. Well, now there's the A76. It broke off from Welland Island. I'm not sure what the name is, but it's really huge. It's supposed to break up in 3 parts. So in the coming weeks, we're going to be seeing some flooding again. Like, if some of these icebergs get caught in certain areas, and by the way, do you know that those icebergs, when they're going down south, they're really heavy and low to the surface, and they're ripping up the biological life on the surface. They're ripping up all the ecosystems along some hot areas where I don't know the exact areas. They talked about them recently, and that's scary stuff when you think that that's going to happen. Here's a cool one. A British company that equips spy planes. So now, real quick, you're seeing all these countries getting involved. China, UK, India, Iran, which sent up spy satellites, by the way, which I believe, actually, I shouldn't say that. Anyways, I think that's where the DEW satellites are coming from. If not China, but America has to get equipped with them, with that, sadly. But when everybody has a DEW satellite, direct energy weapon, there'll be no more problems until somebody comes out with another plan. China spoke about a biological attack on the entire world, especially the US, and it's a fact. And people are not knowing that because it's not in the news. It's online and government sites, but you have to look up the information. It's absolutely true. A British company that equips spy planes and drones to track, get this, I mentioned this just 2 weeks ago or a month ago, satellite telephones. I was saying it'd be good to get one because they can't listen in. But guess what? The satellite telephones. So this company, British company, that equips spy planes and drones to track satellite telephones, has raised capital to launch a handful of tiny surveillance spacecrafts. You know what those spacecrafts, those tiny surveillance spacecrafts are going to do? They're going to listen for signals from ships operating clandestinely. Amber IOD-3 is the name that I went to see, is the name of that satellite weaponry, I guess you can call it. And the British company, is called Horizon Technologies. So these are companies I've never heard of, and it's not because they just started doing work. It's that unless you dig, you're not going to find out all this stuff. It's pretty crazy what they're doing. ULA launches U.S. Space Force missile warning satellite. You hear that? The U.S. Space Force launched the missile warning satellite. This is pretty crazy. You know what it does? It's a space-based infrared system, network of satellites. So when they say constellation satellites, right? They send up a whole bunch of satellites that look like stars that will go around the moon. So they use a scanning and staring, whatever that means, infrared sensors to detect ballistic missile launches anywhere around the globe. Anywhere. So the minute there's a ballistic missile launch, this British company is setting up satellites to be able to detect any and every launch, ballistic missile launch around the globe. Because of course, with the sensors, they'll be filming everything. So they're taking a lot of pictures up there, and that's why we're seeing flashes. I think we get a good laugh of that. One more thing, Firefly Aerospace on May 20th announced that it selected SpaceX to launch its first lunar landing. Okay, mission. Hold on. A Falcon 9 will launch its Blue Ghost, okay, lunar lander in 2023. So that's interesting to know. And you know where they're going to land? I'm excited because we're going to see Earth's side of the moon for the first time, unless you were born and alive in '69, which I wasn't. A near side landing inside of Mare Crisium. So he won the contract, Elon, and he's going there with the Falcon 9. It's not him that's going to be in the rocket, no. But it's a crewed mission, okay? So they're going to land in 2023, to land in Mare Crisium on the near side of the moon. So the company, Firefly Aerospace, which they're developing their own launch vehicle called Alpha, which is expected to be launched in the next coming weeks. So that's interesting too. I still have a bunch of other stuff. What did I miss? Take a little break. Probably sick of me hearing it. But that's interesting stuff. So in space, there's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Hypersonic, I was going to say cyberphonic, hypersonic travel, which everybody for the past 2-3 years were wondering what the friggin' booms and bangs were, because they were experimenting with sonic travel, obviously at night. I bet you people were even capturing some of the planes, going around, because boom, supersonic, by the way, is going to make the fastest aircraft on Earth. How does that make any sense when the spy planes are traveling so fast, right? The military says that the UFOs, my friends, are traveling at Mach G 600 to 700. So that means it could be even higher, but they were registered at that speed. So that means 13,000 kilometers an hour, or is it miles? I'm not sure. I'd have to double check that. And hello to you, family. Thanks, Crawlface. Sab the Seeker's in the house. Jessa, always the best part of my Fridays. Wow, thanks, Jessa. Appreciate it, guys. I really mean that. So apparently, Cindy Luhu, I heard that you caught a UFO. Duh, she always catches them. But I'll be by to check the last video out. I'm sure everyone will do the same. That was one hell of a nice park and those nice waterfalls that you shared, Cindy. I appreciate that. Thank you, bro. Zaria American. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks a lot, buddy. I get inspired. All of you being here inspires me to continue the videos and to do more. But listen, you got to understand, though, 4 months now is the 4th month where I was not able to film the moon outside. There would have been, excuse the expression, a shitload of sightings I would have seen on the moon. I have a lot of moon footage. I can go back and look at footage 3 months ago, which I haven't even shown. We could also do that, but we're still digging on the moon. In the coming future, my friends, I'll be filming Mars too, I'll be getting some nice images of Mars. We'll be zooming into Mars in the coming years at a very, very drastically different closeness. Let's just say the next telescope, it's going to be very, very different. Absolutely. Whoa, a new member too, and a contribution. Master 9, and thanks for the comments also. Thank you so much. What's up, Bruce? It's Frank from Montreal. Guys, thank you so much. Master 9, thanks for the comments too, man. I like having people around me in Montreal where I know where you guys are all from. Thanks a lot, Master 9, for the comments too. past few days, and forgive me for any comment that I miss. And we have a new member, a guy, Tim Hammond. Thanks, man. Welcome to the Truth Seekers. Thank you so much, man. It's always greatly appreciated. Can't thank you enough. Hope you enjoy the member videos, and I'll be getting more up too. This week or the next coming up, be watching for live streams on the member section. I have a shirt to give away and a couple of other things. I had a researcher hat, I call it, because I bought that at Christmas, which I had not given away yet. Maybe even a bracelet I had left here. And for you all here that aren't members, I saw some cool shirts, and I will be also giving one away here, because the ideal is you're not allowed having a draw. It's a giveaway, quite simply. And sometimes I like giving back because you guys are so amazing. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks for the help, everyone. Yeah, JFK could be in disclosure too, y'all. He could be a bit of what they're going to disclose also. Definitely 100%. So yeah, the total lunar eclipse, I talked about everything. That's pretty good, except for what else? Oh yeah, Europe's unveiling its plans to bring GPS. That's what I want to talk about. GPS and Skype internet to the moon. They're working on that this week. Going to bring internet to the moon with satellites. The European Space Agency kicked off the development of a future satellite constellation that will orbit around the moon and will be used for GPS navigation and, of course, telecommunications to the moon for lunar explorers. So lunar explorers from the surface of the moon, I believe in 2024, if this is all even real, you will be seeing lunar explorers, which will be probably doing Zoom or Skype, live Skype from the moon, which would be nice, seeing him beside a window so we could see outside to see what the bloody surface looks like. So do you understand how we have to have a disclosure? Because if the moon's inhabited and it is filled with structures, astronauts are not going to shut up if they go to the moon and they see these cities. They are going to tell their wives. They're going to tell their kids. I mean, I would. I definitely would. Which is very interesting. My family's here. Oh, yeah, I said that. Diane Moore, thanks again. Let them destroy themselves fighting for the control of Earth. Call me crazy, but I'd prepare for the great beyond, after death. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what people should be at peace with passing on and what's going to go on. But yeah, seriously, let them destroy themselves. And I don't know how many times I said they should F off the elites to the moon and go live there and cause problems there. But I tend to think that's what they did and that they're coming back. Now, what the hell is that? And they're coming back, I guess, so. Must be hallucinating. I'm not going to tell you I'm hearing voices, but I am. Oh, yeah, Earth will be fine, man. It always will be. I believe it. I definitely believe it will be fine. There's going to be wars, of course. There's going to be differences in opinions, and there are going to be a lot of changes. I'm not going to hide. What I'm worried about right now is the unfortunate way there was direct energy attacks. I don't like that. I don't appreciate that at all. I was worried about the 5G. There's a lot of new things that we're worried about, concerned about how it's affecting our bodies. I'm concerned about the ingredients inside the Moderna and some of the vaccines that aren't being mentioned. And like, what are the people supposed to do that know about what's in it? Are they supposed to sit back and watch people, harm themselves? We're in a time where families are breaking up a lot, because of the difference in opinions, whether politics or whether they're talking about UFOs and stuff. we're going to be on an exciting journey. There is a lot of good, by the way, that they say is going to come out of the disclosure. And apparently there's another ick side. The ick side could quite simply mean that we don't know who we're dealing with. So maybe we're going to be in for a first encounter of aliens. And I tend to think the aliens that Haima shed, Israeli defense minister, retired defense minister, as they always are in their 80s when they talk, said that there was a being that was working for the Americans. So they were American. The beings were Americans, but not human. So what is that supposed to mean? You got to wonder. I'm telling you, it's interesting when they say that. Your presence here again at the end evening live stream really means a lot. Wow, darling, if you're talking about me, thank you so much. I love you for it. Honestly, me, this change. Margaret Leach, hello. Enjoy the coffee, my dear neighbor. Montreal, I got it right this time. Not Ontario this time. I got it right, Margaret. Thanks, Darla. I wouldn't be anything without you all here. You know that. I would definitely be nothing. Hey, do you all want to go to space? Have you heard of Blue Origin, the company? What's this? Blue Origin. Listen, I don't know if it's Bezos. It's only a handful of elites, right? These are their game areas. But there is an auction, an oxygen, Bruce, an auction. I think it's done, and they were bidding a price to be able to pay to go to space, and it was going to be given to the highest bidder. So they're training, by the way, to be able to go. I hope it doesn't crash the first time. I wouldn't be the first to explore space, and I would definitely not pay $3 million to have a chance of dying. It makes no sense. I can do it here for free. So get this, guys. Blue Origin's auction. I was going to say oxygen again. There's going to be a problem with oxygen in the first launch. Blue Origin's auction to the highest bidder for a ride. Okay, that's like telling someone you like his Harley, and he's going to bring you around the block. Okay, for $2.6 million. Would you do it? Would you go to space for $2.6 million? Hell, I wouldn't. I don't have $2.6 million. I'd never go. Yeah, the launch. Its first crewed launch, by the way. There's going to be a crew on it, like 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know how many people. $2.6 million. Whoa. It's absolutely amazing. $2.6 million to go to the moon. How crazy is that? It's a little psychotic. 99 watching and only 78 likes. Kill that like button. Cheers. Means a lot, my friend. I appreciate it. Teresa Be Kind, flying to San Diego to sell my sloop named Mobijou. Seriously? Mobijou. That's a nice French name. Mon chéri d'amour. Lazar. Yeah, Bob Lazar. I had a chance to talk to him on social media, on Twitter. And he replied to me, he answered me. Big deal, right? Bob Lazar, I don't think he believes that much that there's anything on the moon, which made me laugh when I heard him say that, actually. Sam the Seeker, Bruce, I'm sorry, dude. I really can't afford my membership. Business has been slow, and my skint this past month. Dude, there's absolutely no reason, my friend. And, of course, it's only when people can afford it that I appreciate you stopping by. And, Sab, I don't know if you notice, a lot of people become a member for a month, which you can, by the way. There's nowhere that says you have to be a member for 12 months. And I appreciate when you guys can contribute. And if you contributed once by coming here to say hello on the live stream and watch a video and give me a thumbs up, you are a contributor. Lance Olson, every little bit helps. Absolutely. That's like disclosure. Every little bit helps. Every little thing they tell us helps a lot with disclosure. Do you think they found any skeletal remains inside of those tunnels underground that everyone's finding? Has there been any proof of, writings on the walls of ancient tribes that used to be even down into those tunnels? Some people believe Atlantis is in the center of Earth. Some say it's in the bottom of the oceans. I mean, it's pretty incredible to see in the bottom of the oceans ancient realms that were once above the water levels, and the water levels are now thousands of feet over top of these once cities. It's incredible. Are they hiding Planet X? Crazy be kind. Yeah. Listen, Planet X can be right on the other side of the moon. We wouldn't even know it. That's how sad it is. Gates and Fauci are going down to meet their maker. It's happening real quick, eh? It started off with Melinda. It started off with his wife, and then now Epstein's Island. I wonder where Epstein is now. I wonder which island he's on now. Fauci is he's being pummeled in the news right now with the bullshit that he did. He's been doing some covering up, and he's getting caught. There's a subdivision company where they were funding the Wuhan lab, but they were doing it through a subdivision company. Undetectable. They're getting caught. What's his name? Ron Paul. Is that it? I think was talking about that. Was really going to town on him for that. And I was like, yeah, good for him. Expose the crap. I thought I'd never find another Art Bell. Hey, Cosa Nostra. That'd be amazing, boy. If ever I would get that honor. Most likely you weren't talking about me. So I can't thank you all enough for having taken the time to stop by the channel. If you're a little curious, listen, you guys wanted me to connect with somebody from MUFON. I mean, hundreds of you asked me to try to share my work with MUFON. Well, it's even better. I met the former director, and he's still even there now at MUFON. So it's a foot inside of the door of being able to present my work and having it seen. And this is serious now at a very higher area, I guess, from higher people, aside just from showing my work on YouTube, right? And that's all thanks to you for coming back to make my videos interesting with all the comments and everything. Which is, listen, by the way, the comments are therapeutic, y'all. I love you all so much for the comments. Some of you take way too much time to write these amazing comments and speak from your heart. I think it's awesome. Bruce almost blew me earlier today. I take my job very serious, and in that I won't drop you until you drop yourself first. And that will not happen, my brother. Yeah, I mean, I thrive off energy, and some of you are going to understand that by now. Some of you know it. Crawlface knows it. The energy that's in the air is energy that travels. Energy does travel, and some people tap into that energy no matter where it's coming from, whether it be radiant energy, whether it be through the mind or through a source. Energy exists, and when people try to do good together and try to make a positive community, for example, I believe that energy it oscillates, and it becomes this big blinding light where where it destroys negative energy. I think that's what we have to do with all the crap going on, is to be positive and like Crawlface said, to try to meet up with like-minded people and to get together in these groups to talk about all these things, instead of going to Palestinian protests. Aliens trapped underground, but been fighting and shooting lasers versus military. for 50 years. Shot off Phil's finger, right? Yeah, exactly. So what are we going to do when they come out? When they all come out at the same time? Yeah, it won't be nice when it comes down, Darla. I don't think they will. They will. Patty says, I don't think they. I think we will ever be told the whole alien story. I think you're right, Patty, about that. Just enough to appease most people, because most don't really want to know the whole truth. And I think you're right about that. Maybe it's true. Some people are not ready for the entire truth. Maybe I wasn't even ready for the entire truth. I just knew little parts of it, and it's just really exciting. VC. It's just really exciting to find out what's going on. It's coming, though. Lots is coming. I can't wait for them to meet their maker. Gates, boy. Gates of hell. Dragon Morningstar. Planets are not solid objects, just lights. The Earth is not a globe. That could be. That could be. Yeah, I confirm that Earth is not a globe, because there's nothing spherical in space except for UFOs, most likely. They say for an asteroid to be considered a planetoid or planet-sized, has to be circular. Anything under 400 kilometers wide, I heard, is not circular. It's egg-shaped. So maybe Earth is 400 kilometers wide. Done their part and now going down. Billy and Fauci. Yeah, Teresa, be kind. They did a lot. They really did a lot. But they were all strong, right? Because what was happening, did you see how everyone was pulling together? The CDC, that you had the UN, you had the Congress, the leftists calling people of America domestic terrorists if they were voting for Trump. And things went crazy. Things absolutely went totally nuts. Made no sense whatsoever. They must be related to the other aliens who keep getting spotted in the desert, taking rock samples and occasionally levitating a motor vehicle. Absolutely. And you got to wonder who's in charge of all of them. Is there a human connection for real, where humans really, like, no biggie, know so many types of different species, and they work doing different things? That's incredible. Did aliens bring us teaching and technology and electricity? Listen, some of the technology that we have here is totally alien. Okay? Where did the Hadron Collider come up all of a sudden? They built it, and 3 weeks later, they were naming the dark matter elements they were experimenting with. Come on. The guy I had the radio interview, Jean Charles Moyen, talks about that in his documentary movie based on real facts. And he also talks a lot about that too in it. South Shore origin. Thanks a lot, Darla. Carol Lozé, she had a fire the other day, Darla. I heard. I hope everything's okay with her. Yeah, it was an honor for me, and I don't think it's going to change much. I don't think people will be very interested with that. But doing a radio interview, y'all, I'm reaching over 100,000 more spectators in Quebec. Hopefully, it will get an interest towards my channel. My first interview, the channel died actually after my first interview. I'm not saying it's related to that. I believe it is. Maybe someone trying to keep me back. Simon says. Thanks, Simon. So a great big thanks to all of you for having stopped by. All true for you. Important, man. Thanks a lot. Thanks for being here, guys. The Psychotic Ape. Awesome name. Hey, Bruce. How's it going? First time watcher, long time chatter. I appreciate that, man. A lot. I love your content. This is great information and people should know. Don't ever stop. Thank you so much for the encouraging feedback, everyone. And I definitely won't stop. And there'll be another video coming right up, my friends, for sure. We're looking at some more stuff. At one point, I will get the moon. Super moon coming up for those who are interested that want to see the moon. It'll be the closest in its orbit to Earth, meaning you should see it. The moon will be at its brightest. So, telescope operators, you're going to have a hard time seeing the surface. Adjust the exposure. It's not always pleasant looking at, but try to get the lunar eclipse. It's a complete lunar eclipse. So you're going to see, it's going to look like a ring of fire. Basically, the moon will look like a ring of fire. And it should be red. And that only occurs when it's at its closest and when there's a total lunar eclipse during totalitarian, which means it will be completely hidden. And that's when you should see the moon red. But not all countries are going to see it red, though. Hopefully, you'll get a chance to see it red. We should just call it Bruce's moon. I bet you're the only one that shows buildings, hangars, lights, sometimes biological creatures. At least that's what it looks like. It really does look like that. And yeah, when I started showing that, I looked around, of course, before, and I never saw anybody show what I showed. Whether it's because I was so lucky to be able to film them while they were very active there. Don't forget, NASA said themselves they've been seeing UFOs for 2 years around Earth, all around Earth. Who says that they haven't seen them on the moon? You could be sure as hell they're looking. It would make no sense for them not to be looking on the moon. That's for sure. I'm off to make another video, my friend. Forest Disclosure 818. Southern Cali. Foreign IA. Thank you. Hey, bro, my sincere appreciation for sharing my fast walker video. My pleasure, man. I'm working on some biologicals floating by the moon. I will try to upload tonight. And you all could check them out at the same time and connect with them. Forest Disclosure 818. It's my pleasure, man. I shared your video in the community. I'm sure you have many other good videos too. I don't get a chance to share everyone's videos, but when I see somebody with an interest in stuff, so you see, bro, they're small, right? They're far away, but they're still there. So even if you zoom up, and even if you get a pixelated video, you can still see the object as you're zooming up. And you're doing a good job, man. And it was a pleasure sharing your video, bro. Disclosure is here. It really is. Hey, bro, we are like a couple of hours or days away. With the 21st right now. I'm hoping that before the 1st, that we're going to hear something. How old is Earth, says Crawlface? That is one hell of a question, eh? I mean, is it 500 years old? Is it 2,000 years old? Or is it 30,000 years old? You got to really wonder. Which it would really change everything, finding out the date, the age of the Earth. Like, for example, many of you tell me the moon came by only afterwards, and it was brought beside Earth, which is I always find very interesting. Yes, Bruce, if you feel for the opportunity, then go for it. Yes, definitely. Before I get off here, let me see. Thanks, Darla, everybody, eh? Crawlface, Danny, Jessa, the whole kit and caboodle. Richard Hubbard, hello from Marina, California. Always a pleasure to have my friends from California. Thanks, USA. California went through a lot of stuff, eh? The fires and a whole list of things going on in all the states. I hope June 1st things will change. Things will get better. And I hope if there is a coup going on or a takeover that, I mean, if it's China, just make a hole. Boom. Why not? Whoever's attacking us, let's just eliminate them. That's how I see that. Is that a little rough? Maybe. It'd teach him a lesson. It would definitely teach him a lesson. I love you, everybody. Thanks for the ongoing contributions, guys, bros, and sisters. I appreciate it. And if you're here, giving likes, thumbs up to the video, appreciating the video. I can't thank you all enough. Why are everything's jammed? I can't even see what people are writing, unfortunately. Maybe it's because there's a lot of people here, especially fluoride calcification and shrinkage of the pineal gland, as long as it's not shrinking the pineal gland, which it happens to be, by the way, and another true story. And don't want you decalcifying and opening your third eye. Oh no, my eye is opened up, beaming up. It's like that, definitely opened up, and I'm receiving information a lot, most often. Not Gauthier. On that, in addition, the former Minister of Defense tells about 88 races in contact with Canada. Hey, that's a little concerning. How's it going, Mark Gauthier? The CDC doesn't approve of the vaccine. Yeah, that's crazy. The CDC says, yeah, look up SM1 tray. Yeah, I talked all about it. It's actually SM, is it 102 actually, or 120? I talked about it in the last live stream. And yeah, it's poison. It's in the Moderna vaccine. It causes cancer, and there's a report out on it not to be administered for veterinarians, for animals, or for human consumption. It's out there. The proof is out there, and it's there for people to see it, but they're just hoping that people aren't going to see it. It's a weird, weird thing. My dark side is twice as bad as my nice side. Just telling trolls, game up, bitch. Yes, Jessa. The trolls are going to be really upset when they find out that I might be in a movie. How cool would that be, y'all? I believe we have been here for longer than the historians say. I absolutely believe that, Margaret. Thanks for sharing that. And the aliens could be us. I pondered on that. I actually believe they are us. We had a great war and have since forgotten everything. You're absolutely right. They say every 50 years, we forget about it. Hitler was burning books not too long ago. Encyclopedias, school books. That's what happens. I tend to think there's a cleanup of files. MK Ultra. MK Ultra, Margaret Leach. You have to look that up, boy. MK Ultra. In Montreal, mind control. Secret projects and mind control. Project Paperclip. A whole bunch of projects. The Philadelphia Project. I mean, you know, making a boat, the USS Eldridge, become invisible and appear in a harbor somewhere. Come on. They say that the sailors and everyone who was on the boat was sutured. They were welded onto the boat and became part of the boat. They lost their minds. Experimentation way back. Bermuda Triangle. A lot of boats went missing. They experienced loss of time. You know, those weird stories about those planes where they couldn't even see the surface, where there was no islands, nowhere was just water they could see. And they drove out until they lost fuel. And not only did they disappear, they were not found. The ships weren't found. Their planes weren't found. So a lot of weird going on in the Bermuda Triangle, which is interesting. And in reality, people say, you know, where can we see the triangle? There is no triangle. It's an area called the Bermuda Triangle, which actually is triangular in a point. You go in the center of that, and some large ships have even disappeared, which is pretty crazy. Thanks, Darla. Thanks, everyone. I literally spent over $500K in the past year, which I didn't make. Yeah, you see, Andriel, this is what people do. We spend more than we make, and life costs us a lot more. That's how it is. I went all in on my connection with nature, got years of great discussions with the planet and nature and the animals. I appreciate that, Crawlface, you sharing that. I did too, man. I really connected and was filled with emotions. I came to understand what nature was saying, and it was like it was speaking to me all the time. Uh, the earth is always speaking to us, and if you want to know what uh, his or her mood is, just look at what the hell's going on with the weather, and you can tell whether we're affecting earth or not. Nature does speak, that's for sure. And not talking a little ways, and unless you understand it and literally hug a tree, you're not going to understand exactly what he meant. Crawface, for sure. I connected 100%. You said really connecting. Well, that's it. It's an awakening. It's not for nothing, you know. Look at Confucius, who said he crossed the desert and to find himself on his journey. I guarantee you he found himself. When you're alone in nature, you find yourself. I'm alone here, not in nature. I'm alone in my house, and I'm finding myself. We often want to be surrounded by people because we feel I'm alone in life. There's nothing wrong with being alone in life if you want to be alone. If you want to do a certain thing, like a journey in life. My journey is to share what's on the moon, and it's become my desire, a passion for me. As you know, as much as I thought music would always have been my passion, that I'd never be more passionate about anything else, I started filming the moon, and it's not because I know what I'm filming. I think the more I film and the more I don't know what I'm filming, the more exciting it gets, because you have all these speculative theories in your head of a whole bunch of possibilities. It's just never ending. Live in peace, brotherly and kind-hearted in spirit. Absolutely. I'm leaving, everyone. I know I'm annoying you all there. I don't want you to waste your evenings or have you all linger around, but I do want to give you a big thank you. If you're here, you're contributing to the channel. Thanks of those who contributed to the channels over the years too. Some of you become members, come out of members. I've had some of you cross over from Patreon to members. I've been on both. Some of you are on both. I love you all for it. I can't thank you all enough. Daniel Lack, thanks for being here. And to everybody's comment that I missed, I'm so sorry. That flat fellow, what is your opinion on lunar waves? Funny you say that, the flat fellow. I mentioned that. Hello, D7777. How is our moon man, Bruce? Doing good. Thanks, man. The flat fellow. Bruce, my friend, you're on it proper. Can't thank you enough for the support, my friend. The flat fellow, what is your opinion on lunar waves? Could it be direct energy satellites that are performing waves over the moon? You know, that is the scariest thing for me. The scariest thing to imagine, that those direct energy weapons. The lunar waves could also be the storms, the energetic storms coming from the sun. The sun is more active now. It's going through a different cycle. Leading up to 2025, the sun is going to be crazy, y'all. I confirm that I know enough about astronomy now that visually, anyways, it's going to track a lot of meteors and asteroids and unknown objects into the solar system, because the sun, the whole universe is magnetized. They just found, I think it's 13 or 15 hot spots in the universe. By the way, they are going to town studying the black holes. It's scary. I think they know too much. Gamma rays. Hear about it in the cartoons. Gamma ray gun, right? Woo, 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 woo. I think that is the direct energy weapons. Gamma rays, hot spots, energetic light in the universe. It's absolutely incredible. Light is the key to everything. Light was the beginning, and light was the end, or will be the end. Either way, energetic light. We're talking about, okay, the Hadron Collider doesn't even emit over 1 quadrazillion electron volts per millimeter. I'm surprised I even remembered that. My mom would be proud, because I'm a dumbass in math. But it's scary. the energy that they just found outside, far out in the universe. These guys, okay, it's protons in space interacting with the environment around space, and it's blowing, pinging left and right off everything. It's turning and turning and turning and turning. And this energetic light, 1 quadrillion electron volts. Can you imagine how strong that energy is? And they're saying that these energy spots are actually particle accelerators. They are so powerful and energetic. So here's the thing. All these gamma ray energetic light hotspots around the universe is obviously like portals for the aliens to get into the solar system. And wherever those gamma rays or areas of light, strong energetic light, this is light, by the way, energy, light, wherever they are, there's so much energy going on there, and you know, storms and stuff, that they probably are able to teleport, you know, to do like Bob Lazar was saying, as they bend space and time. I loved it so much when Bob Lazar did that, and I always show you, and I know you're probably bored of me saying it. Got a UFO here on Earth, and it wants to go to Zeta Reticuli star system. It's going to bend time, and it's going to immediately appear in Zeta Reticuli star system. It's not going to feel the effect of having moved at all. It's going to be just like opening a door and crossing over, literally, you know. So, Bruce, bringing the galaxy a little closer, one video at a time. Yeah, that's well said. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we're doing. Don't sleep. One way to stop a valuable awakening is to overload you with financial wealth. One way to stop valuable awakening is to overload you with financial wealth. That's true. If ever I get overloaded with financial wealth, I'm going to remain the same. I hope. Guaranteed. Like, I have a nicer hat on and stuff, but aside from that, I get a lot of support from so many people around the world. And again, I said it the other live stream, guys, Texan Rattlesnake and Andrea S sent me some nice letters. I got 2 nice letters, heartwarming letters about how people appreciated the research. So that was always an amazing gift, honestly, guys. Gift that money can't buy, that's for sure. If you speak all of Bruce or the mods, I will check you. Thank you, Jessa. I appreciate that, Jessa. I still can't add moderators. How come? What's going on? No, next stream. I'm having problems with that. No, I don't want to donate to myself. What the hell? If the land is flat, it is tilted a little because Spuddy fast. The experiment. Margot, she disappeared. Such a piss off. I'm not seeing everyone's messages. What is the body that orbits the sun every 28 days, 4 times the size of Jupiter? Planet X. One thing is for sure, says Crawlface, ocean world navigation needed to treat the Earth as a sphere with curvature in order to navigate. Oh, that is an abundant recorded history. One thing is for sure, ocean world navigation needed to treat the Earth as a sphere with, oh yeah, exactly. Yeah, and listen, way back, that's what happened. The controversy was, you know, whether Earth was flat or not. They were afraid, the explorers in the days to sail off, you know, the end of Earth, which maybe there is an end of Earth. If they would have gotten to Niagara Falls, they would have said, there's the end of the world. We're going to fall into the pit. The pit. Smithers. The Secret by Rhonda Burns. Oh, it's fun. Speaking of Burns, The Secret by Rhonda Burns. It's no joke. It's real, and it works. It's how scientists record your brain signals with the headgear. Listen, we're always being recorded. Our every move is being recorded. There's always something, a secret project that's being done on all humans. I've always believed that. Always believed it. Lots happened to me when I was 4.5 years old, when I was 6 and 7 years old. There's something out there, and some people are getting abducted. Me, the abductions were in my home. It's not like I left. But then again, at one point, I was in my room screaming to my mother. This scared the hell out of me, y'all. I was screaming, punching the gyprock with my fist as hard as I could. Tell my mom, and I was screaming, "Come on, what the fudge? What the fudge? It's impossible. You can't hear me." She was right next door to me, and she never heard me banging at all. Lasted a good couple of minutes. There was 5 dark figures over me that kept going like this to me. So this is my face there. They just kept going like this to me. All of them, all around me. They just kept going up to my face, freaking me the hell out. So a normal reaction, what I did is I just put my 2 hands over my eyes, not to see them. I didn't feel anything. Just the uncomfort of something evil or bad that was around me. My mother never heard me. And I explained that to her afterwards. She was like, well, it would be impossible that she didn't hear me screaming. So that is scary as hell, you know. Like Jean Charles Moyen that I met has experiences where he's out of his body and he's somewhere else. I mean, it's not something you want to happen. So it scares me, like when I have these experiences. And I hadn't realized until I had met Jean Charles Moyen that I actually had about 20 experiences that defy reality and defy the laws of physics. So I share them slowly with you all, but it sounds crazy. Every encounter story always sounds crazy in general. Me too, Bruce. I'm a dumb arse too. Oh yeah, I'm the dumbest. I'm worse. So thanks again, everyone. He's always saying thank you, and he never leaves. It's okay. You have the secret looking at the moon. It really is. The secret is there. And it's not even going to be in this disclosure, y'all. There's cities up there. There's people up there. Maybe even wars going on, just like here on Earth. So in reality, what I'm saying is not exaggerated. I'm just declaring that I believe a lot of the things that go on here on Earth are also going on the moon. Whether it's a breakaway civilization, whether it be aliens or hybrids, I tend to think that we were maybe making them. Maybe the UFOs and aliens that are in our universe created us, or we created them, or we're both in the same. Or possibly, yes, created in the same image. Makes sense. Thanks, everyone. How DMT alters your, yes, reality to see different light wavelengths or something crazy. Yeah, and listen, I'm no drug addict, but the one time doing the psychedelic mushroom experiment, I wanted to try it. Listen, guys, every wavelength around you, you see it. I swear to you. Every wavelength around you, you see it. Every being that's around you, you can see it. Some people are not as deep into it as they go through it, but whatever it does, it does something inside of you that it opens up something. And I really believe that it opens up the pineal gland. It allows the third eye to sense, to feel for the first time, to see for the first time without having any understanding, because it's sort of like you're in a trance. I wasn't. I was very calm and relaxed. And I actually, I wrote down what was going on. Sometimes I couldn't write, but it was to document what I was seeing, you know. And it was an out-of-body experience. literally an out-of-body experience. I walked. Yeah, I do crazy stuff, guys, you know. I walked by the cemetery where my dad was buried after I'd done it. Don't do it. I suggest you don't do it. You think you're going to go there to talk to him? You will. My dad wasn't too happy when I saw me. Yeah. Bruce is nuts. No. It was a life-changing experience. It was scary. It connected me with God. When I had tried that psychedelic once, I was able to literally appear in front of God and go, oh, that's what you're made of. It was like everything was there. Everything was there. Everything made sense. The trees, the way they were, made sense to be in the dirt. Everything made sense. It was absolutely incredible, which no one would ever understand unless they try it. Try the experience. And yeah, it was life-changing. I saw through walls. I saw a whole bunch of stuff. It was just crazy. You know, I don't know. Hey, Bruce, I saw a video that says we found a wormhole. See, this is it. That's where we're at. They did find it. They also found the biggest black hole that they have ever seen, the oldest black hole, and it is beyond the size that they thought it was. Also, the neutron stars that they talked about that were like really, really big, well, it turns out they're a lot bigger than that, you know. Which is interesting, by the way. Yeah, you guys must be sick of hearing me. What time is it anyways? 10 o'clock. That's crazy. Guys, I have a lot of fun with you all here. I thank you all for coming by. Try to force us to change our realities. Yeah, exactly. And they won't, Andriel. They definitely won't. Ever meet up with someone and you feel like you met him before and it just like clicks? Aaron Anderson, you're sending good vibes to California. Thanks. Aaron Anderson, you commented that a couple of people appreciated me in California, I think also. I thank you for that. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate knowing that. And I thank you all for taking the time to come by the channel. I am going to have to get off. I have to stop looking on the side. That's what I have to do. It's the biggest insult not to reply to people. So, love letters? Did I see love letters somewhere? No, there weren't love letters. If you're talking about the ones I got. Oh, yeah, they were love letters, actually. Loving letters, I'll tell you that. I can't read those letters without getting a tear, to be honest with you. I never had somebody from another country write to me and say they appreciate my work. It's an incredible feeling. If you haven't seen spirits yet, doesn't mean you are artificially created. Absolutely not. That's right. If you haven't seen the spirits yet, doesn't mean you are artificially created. We could be all spirits ourselves and souls. A dark hole of sufferings. I wouldn't go into the black holes, that's for sure. Wouldn't take the chance to go into them. I'd let somebody else go. Delicious Miles 67. Okanagan, British Columbia, Canada. Thank you. Purchase of your new home. So you, Darla, I didn't even see that. Thanks, Thurston. Congratulations on your new home, my friend in BC. That is beyond awesome. And I think she shared that with us, or he shared that with us last live stream, if I'm not mistaken, because that sounds familiar. My ghost went through the wall, and I saw outside as it passed. Jessa, that was for my grandfather. My grandfather was on the outside of my wall, and a square opened up, and it was a perfect rectangle with a cloud at the back, just like he was in front of a green screen, literally. And I saw my grandfather while he was on the operating table, so he wasn't dead, but he was dying. And yeah, it's really real. You know, there's other dimensions, and people connect. And when you're on the verge of dying, well, for some reason, something happens. I believe that your mind can maybe travel and connect with a living tide before you go on. That's what my grandfather did to me. And I'm honored that it happened. Oh yeah, Aaron Anderson, you're talking about it. The oldest black hole is Pelosi's brain. Pelosi, is that the one that looks like a skeleton with a rubber glove over it? Is that the one? I'm not sure. Let me know. She got caught without her mask. She's not using her mask, and she's walking around. I mean, jeez. Shouldn't there be a law of the age? Do you find it normal that people of 120 years old are ruling, young people's lives? Do lives matter? But you have work to do in order to confirm who you are. That's true, boy. Yeah, I believe we are here for a reason. Definitely do believe we're here for a reason. Jackie Goodson. See, Darla, how can I leave when people are arriving? Travis N. Kyle, thank you. Portal opened up in my room when I smoked those. Well, the portal did open up my room, and I didn't smoke anything. The ghosts or spirits or entities did definitely come out. A spaceship came to my window at home. It was the color of a Navy ship. Yeah, I would believe that, definitely. It could all be them, the ones doing everything around, Lucky that I make astral trips too. Yeah, Makoti, thanks for sharing that, man. I was able to discover that my walls were very poorly insulated. Good one, Mark. 3 minutes to 3 in the UK and still enjoying the live. Thank you, Bruce. Daniel, thank you, Lack. I appreciate that so much. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting off because, DVL Venom, thanks. I'm just staying to say thank you to the new ones arriving. I am getting off there. Thanks, guys. I'm going for real now. I'm not going to look on there anymore. I'm going to hide it. But I do appreciate you all coming by. Thanks for the ongoing support. I'll be making more videos. I'll be answering comments tomorrow because you guys are just amazing with the support in the comments. I have a friend channel. You can check that out. If you have Spanish friends, I have Astronomia of Nice. You can see that by clicking channel. And Travis N, peace. That was pretty funny. No doubt it was once well known that work in that state can be long lasting and even permanent. That is interesting, Crawlface. I sort of have, what do you think about the disclosure coming up? Jackie Goodson, it's coming. It's definitely coming really fast. I think that they're going to lie about everything. Crawlface, you said a mouthful there, man. I'm a bit about where you said. I know you're there too. You were able to leave this plane. I know it. And you're able to remain on the other side at the same time of being partly in this plane. It's like having 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land, or one hot foot, one cold foot. Thanks, Jessa. Chantal Thierry, merci beaucoup. Thank you so much. Welcome to the Truth Seekers. Thanks, Chantal. Merci, Chantal. Sky Pedersen. What's up, Beebs? Same to you, Crawlface. Thanks, bro. Was just getting off, Sky Pedersen, but I'll have more streams during the week, though. Maybe another one. Marie-Ève, Vincent. Merci d'être ici. Factual Explorer. Like, wow, disclosure. You all ignore or laugh my off. Fallen creatures. Hey, you're all assholes. No wonder everything in the universe. You're so stupid, Bruce wants to die. Okay. Hey, Tim Hammond. How's it going? They say if you don't hear a tree falling in the forest, it doesn't make a sound. So I didn't see what you just said, bro. 2-hour bloody live stream, and he comes by and says, what the hell are you talking about? Now, I've been saying bye for the past hour. I just zone out. That can help, by the way. Zoning out's good and bad. You got to remember to zone back in. But it's good to zone out. I zoned out when my father died, and was able to come back and understand what actually happened. You know, that's exactly what happened. Tim Hammond, thanks so much for becoming a member, brother. I can't thank you enough. And of course, Chantal now. Now, see, thanks again, Chantal. Or is it Chantilly? Ooh, that could be. I heard someone for the first time. I saw their name was Chantal, and they said their name was pronounced Chantilly, and I thought it was pretty nice. They're launching a lot of rockets in Vandenberg. AFB by my house, bud. Really, Aaron, eh? Gotta wonder what the hell's going on. You gotta really wonder what the hell's going on. And how come so many people have bases and launches next to their homes? It's true, eh? Launching all these rockets here. Who sees them from home? Yeah, I should see them from here. Well, infrared. That's what they're doing. Look at the UK that's putting up the Abbey IOD3. I don't remember Amber IOD3 missile warning system that's going to know any ballistic missile launch anywhere around the globe. And don't forget, they're going to be hooking up Skype on the moon. Do you understand? I believe this month or in the recent months, this year, they're going to be connecting Wi-Fi on the moon to hook up the internet, or possibly just adding the 5G towers like they did here. The next full moon, Jensen Dog, is in 4 days, or exactly the 26th. Depending on where you are, it could be the 25th in the evening, could be the 27th in the morning. It's going to be a full lunar eclipse because the moon is at its closest in its orbit. And when totalitarian occurs, when it's fully hiding and all three are aligned, the sun, the moon, and earth, you'll see it red. You should see it red. They're talking about, look for the flower moon. It explains it. And it's also a blood moon, and it's also a super moon, because when there's an eclipse, a total eclipse, and the moon is closest in its orbit, it's considered a super moon. So we're going to see it really, really big. Say grazie. Grazie. We have some Italian friends here. Never forget your 6 phone in Skynet. Yes. Literally nuclear missile silos beside their houses and farm fields. It's funny you say that. That's the case here. I have. They're producing bombs and missile and warheads or whatever right beside Valleyfield, and it's surrounded by cornfields, and people can't get to it. There's no roads to it, right, except for one area where you can go in. These are bases, very dangerous, exploding power right inside of where people are living. And why do they do that? It's because they blend in and they hide there, so people don't know them. I gotta go. Terminator movies have never been as relevant as they currently are with Boston Dynamics robots. It took a long time, eh? They literally took DARPA robots to put in the movie. I get it. And it's true. Factual Explorer, all good. I'm going to destruct this universe very soon if I keep getting ignored after you idiots wanted me here. Microscopic organisms are extremely... Are you on heroin, dude? Jay Shop. Or Shoppy, how's it going? Bruce, no troll here. But what are you doing? The moon is starting to set, and that Terminator line is in a choice position. Get your funky butt out there. That's where I'm going, Jay. Definitely going here, which is, by the way, no, there's no moon here. It's raining. So, or on the verge of raining. Go figure. Factual Explorer was hidden by Bruce Wards. It's funny how you see channels named like Factual Explorer when he's a freaking liar. I listened long ago. They said, listen long before I go. Like that. Yeah, here too, Darla. Moon is blurry. So I'll see you all very soon because the trolls are upset that I'm here. Madman Unmasked. What's up, Bruce? You ready to record an album with me? Don't tempt me. It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that. I'm starting to miss the guitar, actually. I haven't played in a couple of days. I should. I have to at one point because it's going. Hey, look at the dust on my guitar. Let's sing about trolls. Those trolls, they need love like you and me. Oh, those trolls, they need love like you and me. The trolls, they need love like you and me. Okay, enough fun. Thomas Rebos. Good night, Jackie. Live in concert, Bruce the Fred. Yes, that'd be awesome. Yeah, but he talked about it. I'm sure it's the same guy. Yeah, Madman Unmasked. Did you do something on the channel, man? Do come and post a link at the same time on the channel, because for some reason I cannot click on your name. And when this goes down and I look up for Madman Unmasked, I won't see it. So don't be shy to share a link or come say hi in the community, and I will check it out. But, oh, are you effing serious? You bought a Jackson Warrior 24 fret? It's sweet. Music is beautiful, eh? You know what? LT Gold, and which she was there at the last live stream apparently, which I didn't see. Nathalie Fleur de Printemps was there. I didn't see her either. Those are strings that I got last Christmas, and I still have them on there, and it's still going. I should change them. Yeah, I should, Nakochi. We can't sing anything here because everything's copywritten and stuff, but we could sing all the same songs and change up the words. Jay, that's super cool if you're a big fan, my friend. I appreciate it, man. Maya Janai, goodbye. I know you're all sick of seeing me, and I'm off for real now. Cheese, I'm a new member now. Wow, so nice. It is definitely nice. And is it Chantal Thierry or is it Chantal Thierry? I'd like to know. I went to school with Chantal Thierry. She's a beautiful lady. Thanks, Andriel. What was I playing the other day? I think it was it Wicked Game I was playing the other day? What a wicked game to play. What a wicked thing to do. Now sheesh. I was playing a live stream outside over pickup speakers, just got here, and now you're done. I know I turned it off. I don't play that good. I mean, it's not like you actually want to hear me. Oh, maybe one more song. Trolls hate me when I do that, actually. I actually do it on purpose. Let's do it again. I play with capo or capo, depending on what you want to call it. It brings, oh, actually, yeah, I'm in the first fret, and that brings the octave up a little higher. Sounds more like I'm stuck with my big ass Fender pick. A little big. Stream is done. I'm just, playing around a little bit. No, not that. What do I sing, Christy? What was it, Wicked Game? What was I playing? Oh, yeah. Anyone know Wicked Game? I don't know the words, though. Make them up. With a la 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 la, la la la. The way she roll. You're not allowed to sing the words, so I won't sing. What a wicked thing to say. Wicked thing. What a wicked thing to do. When I think of you. Now okay, now I am leaving. I'm out of here. I got it. We'll have a little bit of fun like that each time. We'll be okay. Wanted to sing to Christy. Had to sing to Christy. She'll definitely fall asleep after that. Chris Isaac, hello. If you're in the house, I'm still talking. Good night, everyone. Night to all. And to all a good night. Bye-bye, everyone.